There she was, a young girl in dusty overalls, standing alone in the middle of a crowded auction yard. Her name was Harper Kennedy, and she had just stepped into a bet no one believed she could win. The auctioneer, Buck Dalton, smirked as he pointed toward the wild Mustang pacing behind the gate. 5 minutes, he declared to the crowd. 5 minutes, and anyone who can tame that horse walks away with it. No one stepped forward, no one except Harper. What happened next would change everything, not just for her, but for the entire town. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment telling us where in the world you're watching from. There's more to come, and you won't want to miss it. Harper stood still, clutching a rope in one hand and an apple in the other. The Mustang Justice snorted and stamped, eyes wide with fear and defiance. He'd been caught after weeks of running free, and now he was trapped in a small corral, surrounded by strangers. Harper didn't flinch. She stepped through the gate, slowly closing it behind her. The crowd fell silent. Buck chuckled. "Well, folks, it looks like we've got ourselves a volunteer." Harper ignored him. She took a deep breath and began walking toward Justice, slow and steady. The horse backed away at first, ears twitching. But Harper kept moving, not too fast, not too slow. She stopped a few feet away and held out the apple. Justice hesitated. His nostrils flared. Then, cautiously, he took the fruit from her palm. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Harper reached into her pocket and pulled out a small, worn harmonica passed down from her mother. She brought it to her lips and played. A soft tune, something gentle, something familiar. Justice's head tilted slightly. His breathing slowed. Time ticked by. 1 minute. 2. 3. Then, without a sudden move, Harper reached out and touched his nose. Justice didn't pull away. He leaned into her hand. For several minutes, Harper turned and gently led Justice toward the gate. He followed without resistance, step for step. The crowd gasped. Some stood. Others whispered in disbelief. At exactly 5 minutes, Harper opened the gate and walked out, Justice right beside her. Silence. Then thunderous applause erupted. Buck's smile faded. He looked stunned. Double quotes. Well. "I guess she did it," he muttered. Harper's grandmother, Dorothy Kennedy, rushed forward and wrapped her arms around her granddaughter. Tears streamed down her face. "You did it, sweetheart," she whispered. "You really did it." However, what started as a simple demonstration soon evolved into something much larger. Word spread quickly. Within days, people came from miles away to see the girl who tamed the untamable Mustang. Reporters showed up with cameras. Neighbors gathered outside the Kennedy ranch, hoping for a glimpse of the famous ranch. But with the attention came pressure and challenges. Buck wasn't done. He had made a bet, and though he lost, he wasn't about to walk away empty-handed. Saw something in Justice, something special, and he wanted it back. Meanwhile, struggled to keep up with the constant stream of visitors. "It's getting out of hand," she told Dr. Hank Carter, their family friend and veterinarian. "Emily can't focus on school, and Justice gets anxious with all these strangers around." Hank nodded. Fame is a double-edged sword. They decided to hold a demonstration at the county fair, an official showcase of Harper's methods. Something bigger, something meaningful. But Buck had plans of his own. He arranged a second performance right after Harper's to showcase traditional Mustang training techniques, a comparison, a challenge, and worse, he planned to use another Mustang, nearly identical to Justice, to make it look like Harper's methods didn't work. Wade Coleman, a local rancher who had long opposed Buck, warned them. "He's trying to undermine your credibility," he said grimly. "Make it seem like your way doesn't work." Harper clenched her fists. "We're not backing out." Dot sighed. Then we have to do something unforgettable. And they did. On the day of the fair, the stands were packed. Families filled every seat. Children sat on blankets, eyes wide with excitement. Buck stood nearby, smiling confidently. Harper stepped into the arena with justice. No rope, no bridle, just trust. She turned to the crowd. Horses aren't meant to be broken, she said. They're meant to be understood. Then, using nothing but subtle cues and body language, she guided Justice through a series of complex movements, turns, side passes, even a perfect circle in reverse. The audience watched in awe. When she finished, there was silence and thunderous applause. Buck stepped forward with his trainers and a different Mustang. This one was clearly frightened. They tried to control it with force. It bucked and reared, kicking out in panic. The contrast was undeniable. People saw the truth. That night, Buck received a call from the hospital. His father had suffered a heart attack. As he sat by his bedside, his father whispered, "Sarah was right. I was too stubborn to see it." By morning, Buck had changed. He agreed to support Harper's training program. He offered funding. He even helped stop illegal land deals that threatened the valley. Months later, the Sarah and Emily Kennedy Center for Equine Communication opened. Horses once deemed untrainable found peace under Harper's guidance. Ranchers brought their difficult animals. Students came to learn. Harper smiled as she looked out over the new facility. Mom would be proud, she whispered. Placed a hand on her shoulder. She sees it through you every day. True strength lies not in control, but in understanding. Sometimes, the gentlest hearts are the strongest of all. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below. Where in the world are you watching from? Tomorrow's story is even more incredible, so make sure to stay tuned. Thank you for watching.